NBA's top props of the night from the Sharp app coming up next. All right, please tell me you were following the top props yesterday here at the Sharp app. Of course, in the video, not as well as we did inside of the app. Guys, that just seems to be the way it is. I don't know what to tell you, but we go 9-2 on the NBA top props, 6.7 units to the positive, and that was enough to break that ceiling of 100 units to the plus. So we have now gone just over 100 units for the year. We started this on March 1st with the top props, and that's just the NBA version of it. MLB, I gave you guys a Judge home run yesterday. How dramatic was that? We go bottom of the ninth, walk-off home run for Judge, and we hit the top prop in MLB as well. So huge night for us. We go 7.7 units to the plus overall, 6.7 units in NBA. The MLB now is what, 2.6 units up after just 9 bets. So we've got one in there today. It's a bet on K's, and I'll give you guys that one at the end of the video after I give you guys the top prop for NBA tonight that I like. And boy, if this isn't a lesson, I try to pick out the prop that I think has the best shot at winning and give that one to you guys. And I don't know, I haven't tracked the record of the videos, but the video record is not nearly as good as we've done overall inside of the apps. So think about picking the games yourself, and I'll do it from my perspective, picking the props in this case yourself and trying to cherry pick the ones that you like. Let's just say that you're a losing bettor on the whole when you just pick yourself, if you don't have a strategy and a system. And quite frankly, if I didn't have a model to work with on everything that I do, if I was just eyeballing, I'm not nearly as successful as when I have a model. So I'm sort of a slave to my computer and the statistics, but that's how I play. And I think that's how most of the sharp bettors out there, they're relying on stats and models and algorithms to base their opinions on their sports bets for the night. And I think I call that a technical trader or a technical bettor. I think the fundamental bettor, it's a little bit more difficult to be able to just watch the games and then come up in your head with where the value is. Very hard to do, finding value without actually crunching the numbers. So when you have, if on the whole you are, let's say you have a knack for picking for losing picks, and then you find a winning system like the MLB or the NBA top props have been, well, you're actually, if you pick the one that you think is the best one out of all of them, you might bring that average down as to how well it's doing. You're actually you'll have more chance of finding bad plays than you will the good ones, right? So if you had two systems that were winning at 55%, let's just assume they were coin flip type spread bets, two systems that were winning at 55%. If you only bet the games in which, or the plays in which both systems agreed, you'd actually increase your success rate to above 55%. I think it's 59%. I didn't do the math. I could do the math for you guys if you care, but I think it's about 59% if you have two systems that are 55% winners, and we know this over time, and then you'd have about a 59% chance of winning if both of those systems agree. Now, if you have a system where one wins and one loses, then it's going to bring down the average of the winning system. It'll bring up the average of the losing system, but it's not going to be a winning strategy and winning system. So just throwing that out there for you guys. There's a good possibility that I'm just, with the games I'm giving you guys, I'm actually bringing down the overall percentage of how good the model is. If you want to start fading my picks, I wouldn't necessarily do that if you want to fade the video picks, but I would for sure be playing all of the picks inside of the app. So without getting into that even more, let's get on to the first prop tonight. All right, the first prop for tonight, Desmond Bane. We're taking the assists under. This is a bet that we've had in the past. 3.5 is the number to beat. We've got it projected at 2.29, minus 115 is the juice you're going to be laying at Caesars. That's where the best price is right now. 26.6% edge on this bet. We've had Bane under on assists now 4 times. This would be the 5th. We're only 1-3 on the previous ones. We had a couple in March, one in April, and we had one back on May the 9th. So we've had 2. The one in April was also in the postseason. We've split here on the postseason one so far. Now, the last time we had this, it was under 2.5. We're getting under 3.5. All the other ones were 3.5. It went down to 2.5. We still took the under, and we lost. He got 6 assists in that game. That was on the 9th. That was at even money. We're now one more assist on there to stay under, and we get the -115. Bane is a guy who averages under that 3.5 number. He's averaged 2.7 assists so far this season, 2.3 for his career, and he's averaged under that in the postseason in 10 games, 2.2. So we just haven't gotten lucky in the 2 games that we took. We split on his unders here, but I think we're getting a good price, -115. I like. We were paying a lot more than that earlier in March on this same play. So I'll take the -115 Caesars on a guy who averages about 1, if not more than 1 assist, less than that on his averages for the season and his career. All right, let's get into MLB. All right, guys, I've got an MLB for you. It's a strikeout prop, pitching strikeout prop. Firstly, guys, if you are enjoying the content, making some money, if you've gotten any piece of those 100 units that we've made for our followers on these props, do us a favor, just share this. If you're in any sort of betting group on Reddit or Facebook or anything like that, let them know where you're finding these props and tell them all about the Sharp app. It would be greatly appreciated. And of course, if you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, again, appreciated and helps us out. Now, on to the prop in MLB. We're going to go with Miles Mikolas, K's over 4.5. That's his number to beat. We've got it projected at 4.91. We're getting plus juice here, plus 128 at Fanduel, 10.5% edge. Now, if you look at the averages for Mikolas, it doesn't look promising, but we've got to throw out game 1. He went 3.2 innings this year in his opening game and only got 1 strikeout. But since then, 4 out of his last 5 starts, he did get over that 4.5 number. We're getting plus juice here. Now, his last game, he goes under against San Francisco. They don't strike out a lot. We get Baltimore here today, one of the highest strikeout percentage teams in the league. Baltimore ranks 27th in strikeouts. So if we could get 6 innings, they're a big favorite here, St. Louis. If we get 6 innings out of them, I think we get over that 4.5. We could probably do it in 5, but I think it would be nice if we can get 6 or even 7 innings. Now, he has gone 6 2/3, 5, 7, 7 1/3, and 5 2/3. So he could get that 7 innings here in a game that he should dominate. We get the 7 innings, I think we're a lock to get 5. All right. Those are my 2 plays. Again, guys, we appreciate you hanging in there, being with us. Of course, check out the rest of the props that I've got for the NBA inside of the app. MLB, just this one today. But you never know. I might have an update, so you always want to check inside the app and see if there's anything else going on. Good luck, and I will see you guys tomorrow.